All right, Shalom, Israel, Shalom, Shalom. First and foremost, I give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh by Hashem Mashakum like you were shy. That is to say, Yahweh, ben name of the Heavenly Father, who the world will call God, and Yahweh Shai, ben name of his only begotten Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ. This is Brother Kasadi from W5 Jersey, Philly, and through the Spirit and power of Yahweh Shemel Shai, right? What we've been updating you about for years and years through the Spirit, you know, elders before us, of course, even, most definitely in the scriptures about the famine of the word, right? Censorship, right? Them coming and taking us off the streets and shutting us down from the highways and byways, from teaching, right? From the ability to not be able to go on YouTube or go on social media and, be able to find videos and, continue to get edification via this platform that you're checking it out on right now, right? Very soon, YouTube is about to be shut down. Very soon, social media is going to be shut down. Very soon, you're not going to be able to go on the highways and byways to hear the word. Very soon, if you're caught with a Bible, then you're going to be sent to prison, right? And for the men that go out and teach on the highways and byways, you're on the forefront. You're literally on the front line, right? You're the Most High's army. And guess what? Being the Most High's army, hey, you got a price that you got to pay, right? Being the Most High's army, there's a price that must be paid, and you can't run from it. This is the book of Joel, chapter 2, and verse number 10, right? It says, the earth shall quake before them, the heavens shall tremble, the sun and the moon shall be dark, and the stars shall withdraw their shining. Here's the point, verse 11. And the Lord shall utter his voice before his army, for his camp is very great. So those men that's in camps and you teach on the highways and hedges, you're out there, you're shaking a hand, you're rebuking. And guess what? You're the Most High's army. You're part of the Lord's camp. It says, for he is strong that executeth his word. And the Most High has put it in your spirit to execute his word, to teach, to rebuke, to shake the hand, to wake up, to pull down, to break in pieces, to heal again. We sent with the two-edged sword to not only break in pieces the nations and even of our own people who go against the Lord, but also to heal our people who wants to be drawn to the Lord, whom the Lord has drawn to him. For the day of Yahweh is great and very terrible, and who can abide it? And the Most High, he's shaking this world up, right? We're in the process of uploading other videos. If you haven't got a chance to check those out, these different alerts that's going out. But it's going down, right? It's definitely going down. Whether it's the damn monkey going out, the monkeypox, whether it's Ukraine and Russia and the leaked plans of Russia, whether it's this we're about to touch on right now, which is censorship going on in UK, right? And you being literally the UK commissioner, the police commissioner and the prime minister coming out and saying, look, if you are teaching against religions or speaking hate speech or reposting certain things on social media, then we're going to grab you up and put you in prison, straight up and down. And again, if it's happening over there, how much more over here in America? Right? So let's go to this article. It says sudden man, right? This is a day ago, 61, right? Years old, who chanted, who the F is Allah, is jailed for 18 months. Now, I'll put this out there, right? Not to boast or none of that of our works, because our works are, at the end of the day, our righteousness is as filthy rags, pursuing Isaiah the 64th chapter and the 6th verse. With that being said, right? The Lord has put in our spirit, we avidly go out and teach against these nations. We teach against these religions and their gods, false gods they are. When man comes up and says, peace be upon Muhammad, hey, we say death be upon Muhammad. When they praise Allah, hey, we say death to Allah. When they calling upon their gods, We call upon our God and we see which God is the true God. And we know our God is the true one. See, these nations, they have false gods. Now, you got this Edomite. I mean, he looks, in a way, the Lord has stirred up his spirit, right? Stirred up his spirit. He sent them out there. And, he said, who the F is Allah? And he got jail. He's been put in jail for 18 months. 18 months for saying who the F is Allah. Now, imagine when they go through these videos and these YouTube channels. And, listen, 18 months, that's a slap on the wrist for what brothers have been speaking these past years, these decades of being in this truth. Right? And not to boast of works. I only been in this truth for, 6 years. All praise to Yahweh Shem Yahushai. That's nothing compared to elder men who's been in this for decades. So 18 months, that's a slap on the wrist. Now, you men, whether you came in this truth yesterday or you've been in this thing for decades now, be prepared to be sent in prison. Be prepared to be let up in that guillotine. See, we be talking about it, but guess what? It's about to happen. And the real men, we're going to see who's really with the Most High in that day or not. Right? We're going to see who's really for the Most High and who's not for the Most High. We're going to see who's standing for the Lord and who's just about lip service. Let me get this precept. Right? This 1 Samuel 2 verse 3. Talk no more, so exceeding proudly. Let not arrogancy come out of your mouth. For Yahweh is a God of knowledge, and by him actions are weighed. So the Most High weighs out actions. He don't want to hear you just talk about it. He want to see what you're going to do about it. They say Missouri is a show me state. Well, the Most High is all about showing him. What you going to do? Are you with the Most High or are you against the Most High? But there's no in between. So again, when brothers are sent into prison, this is because this was, again, this is what the Most High has ordained for his ministers. Right? This is what the Lord has set up from the foundation of the world. Right? I want to actually get this in Philippians. Right? This is the book of Philippians, chapter 1, and I'll start at verse 17. It says, now I want to jump down. I want 17. I want to actually jump up, Salakia. I want to start at verse 14. It says, and many of the brethren in the Lord waxing confident by my bonds. And that's another thing. You just to use an analogy so you can understand. When the FBI and the CIA, they came out in the 60s and they killed Fred Hampton. They did so because he was on the way to prison, right? He was on his way to prison and they convicted him, and they some of the department was excited about that, but specifically J. Edgar Hoover, he wasn't happy about it. He mentioned, and it's documented, that sending Huey P. Newton, which is the leader of the Black Panther Party during that time, sending him to prison made him a superstar, right? Made him a damn celebrity. So how much more Fred Hampton, who was literally their national speaker? So if he was sent into prison, how much more him? It would have been a more outcry, and they probably could have got certain things done with him being behind bars and a massive protest to get him out. So that's the same thing we can see over here in the spiritual realm of it. This is Philippians chapter 1 and verse 14. And many of the brethren in the Lord waxing confident by my bonds. Right? Paul been sent into prison. It allowed a lot of brothers that was coming to the truth, that was teaching, to be more confident, to be more bold. Right? To teach the word. Right? If a few brothers from this congregation were to be locked in prison, that's going to stir a spirit in the rest of the brothers that's here to go out and continue to teach more boldly. If you see certain leaders start to get taken off the streets and then they put in prison, but all hell isn't truly breaking loose just yet. Maybe it's for, a few months. Hey, guess what? During that time, hey, I have ever sure confidence that the Lord will stir up the spirit of men to go out and go further, shake the hand and be on fire and increase in mighty works to further the rest of the gospel. I saw that 12. It says, but I would ye not, it's like I would, ye should understand, brethren, that the things which happen unto me have fallen out rather unto the furtherance of the gospel. Right? So this is all about the furtherance of the gospel. Something like this, it may be for the furtherance of the gospel. And I mention that because this stirs up my spirit. I specifically teach against Allah, given that I teach in Philly, chiefly. We chiefly teach in Philly, and brothers that teach in Chicago. Philly and Chicago, if you don't know, that's the chief cities in America for Islam. That's number 1 and number 2. Right? You got actual Arabs and you got the fake Philly Muslims, right? Who don't know nothing but a bean pie and a damn prostration mark on their forehead and a kufi on with a black amount in their back pocket. Fake Muslims, right? So it's definitely stirs up my spirit, I would say, through the spirit. Why? Because, again, we teach against them directly. So if he's getting sent into prison for 18 months, how much more the men of the Lord? What's going to befall us this upcoming Shabbat? It says a 61-year-old man made threatening gestures at police and chanted, "Who the F is Allah?" during large-scale disorder in Whitehall, has been jailed for 18 months. David Spring of Longfellow Road in Sutton was part of a group who confronted police officers during a gathering of around 700 people near Downing Street on July 31st. Spring pleaded guilty to violent disorder after footage showed him at the forefront of the crowd while threatening and chanting at officers. So he wasn't punching on them or doing nothing. He was shaking their hand. Right? Not in necessarily in the biblical sense, but he was damn stern. He was causing a so-called uproar. Now I'm gonna read this again. It says, verse 13, so that my bonds in a Mashiach are manifest in all the palace and in all other places. And many of the brethren in the Lord, waxing confident by my bonds, are much more bold to speak the word without fear. And this is what Esau hates. They would hate if brothers woke up and immediately started to speak the word without fear. They would hate that. They hate that. The Lord said there's a dreadful sound in his ears. He don't want to hear this. He hates the truth. He loves lies and falsehood because he's the devil. Right? He's the damn devil. The so-called white man is the devil. Now, back to it. It says, and are much more bold to speak the word without fear. We can rest right there. Now, the point is, and of course, we don't want to go out and teach with envy and strife, right? That's what he's going to say in the next few verses. We don't want to go out and just go out and be of a contentious spirit. We want to teach sincerely, waking up the lost sheep of the house of Israel and being bold in it, being bold to speak the word, not being afraid of imprisonment, not being afraid of going to being killed, being exiled, being sent and deported to another country. Because if you didn't notice, this is what's coming on the scene. Hey, so let me pull this up real quick. I'm going to come back to this right here, but pull this up real quick. Or I might leave that up there, right? Trump deportation, right? Plan. So he has a plan when he gets in office that he's going to deport the most ever, right? So let's pull this up. It says Trump touts historic deportation plans, but his own record reveals big obstacles. So At the Republic or the RNC this summer, hundreds of attendees waved signs demanding mass deportation now. What are they talking about? Who's being deported? Israel's being deported. See, they call so-called immigrants, and I'll put this here just to be on a truth level, right? Of course, because it's not just Israel that's coming in. We know there's other countries, other nations, really. There's Arabs that's coming in. There's Ammonites, or Chinese and Japanese. They're coming in. These different nations are coming in, right? But we know that's all a ploy, because what they truly are against is Israel, right? Israel coming in and quote unquote taking their jobs. This is what the everyday Edomite is all about. They hate that. They feel like they're losing their grip. That's why they saying make America strong again. Well, when the hell was it ever strong? During slavery? During the shadow of slavery? Because we still in chains today, but it's just a mental thing. So it says, when former President Donald Trump took the stage on the final night of the convention, he promised to launch like it, the largest deportation operation in the history of our country if reelected. So he has a whole plan to launch the largest deportation. Well, I would not be surprised if that involves brothers in his truth. In fact, we can make a bold claim right through the spirit that Trump's plan may indeed involve brothers in his truth. Right? Because we can, again, it's not confirmed, or, we, again, no man know the day nor the hour, but we understand that things are culminating in the earth to the point where they hate this truth. And that's why they're doing different plans and tactics to shut down this truth. That's why you're being sent down to jail for having the Bible, or sent in jail for teaching against these different religions. This is all a combination to come about a plan to bring about the famine of the word, and ultimately immense martial law and take Israel off the streets. So it says on January 26th. Now, actually, I don't want to necessarily go into the rest of this. I didn't proofread this article, but nevertheless, you could check the rest of the article out on your own. I just kind of wanted to get into what we can see coming through the spirit, right? That this deportation, well, we know it's talking about Israel, right? This is who they wanted. These are the immigrants or the illegals that's coming into the country. Again, there's other countries or other nations, and that's all fine and dandy, but they have a border at Mexico for a reason. So let's go back to this. Now we're going to jump down, right? It says Spring pleaded guilty to violent disorder after footage showed him at the forefront of the crowd while threatening and chanting at officers. It says, I don't want to read this whole thing. I'm going to jump down. It says Spring's role in the disorder was shown on police body worn camera. Hold on. On police body. I don't know why they worded it like that. Was shown on police body worn camera footage in court. Right? No damn commas. Where he was seen making threatening and hostile gestures towards police, calling officers C's, and joining in chants of "You're not English anymore" and "Who the F is Allah?" And he kind of, you went into that thing, right? And we want to say all praise to the Most High, all praises to Yahweh, Ba'ashem HaMashiach, Umalak Yahushai. Because again, who is Allah? He's not God. We know Allah, not spelled that way, but AHLA, goes into the word gods or powers in a Hebrew. There's a Hebrew word, but ALLAH is a name that they attach to that cobblestone, which they bow in reverence and they get down with. That's what they do. So again, who is Allah? Right? But again, this is not the only let me pull this up. Because you got the UK police commissioner, right? Who's right, who's threatening this? Let me pull this up. There we go. 5 days ago. Right, let's pull this up. Come on. So it says 5 days ago, UK police commissioner threatens to extradite jail US citizens over online posts. Will come after you, quote unquote. He said, "Will come after you." Let's see what this man said. Let's watch.
Profile figure. We will throw the false force of the law at people, and we will throw the false force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you. Talk about that, because we have seen.
Hold on now. Let's check this out one more time. He said, "We will throw the full force of the law at you. Whether you're here or online, we're going to come after you."
The full force of the law at people. And whether you're in this country committing crimes on the streets or committing crimes from further afield online, we will come after you. Talk about that, because we have seen some high-profile figures whipping up the hatred. You talked about it in there with the officers, in fact, about this being added to by online commentary. I mean, I'm even thinking of the likes of Elon Musk getting involved. What are you considering when it comes to dealing with people who are whipping up this kind of behaviour from behind a keyboard, maybe in a different country? Being a keyboard warrior does not make you safe from the law. You can be guilty of offences of incitement, of stirring up racial hatred.
Hey, we'll say it like this, man. We'll say it like this. What's his name? Sir Mark Rowley, the Metropolitan Police Commissioner over in UK. Man, you know where we at. You know where I'm at, right? We not no keyboard warriors, right? Just upcoming Shabbat on Friday and Saturday, right? 3 p.m. on the Shabbat. We'll be at 10th and Market Street. Because he's speaking boldly about keyboard warriors, but we out there every week in each and every Shabbat through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So what is, now was, again, we talked about it earlier, and you got to show that, right? The Lord is about action. He's not about talk and lip service. Sir Mark Rowley. Again, we'll be out there. Brothers have been out there 10 toes down through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. It's not just some damn video that we making. This is our life. We put our life on this thing. Because the Lord put his life down for us. To hell with Sir Mark Rowley. And we wish death upon damn you you British. Of course, our brothers and sisters, we want, may the Most High have mercy on you and allow you to repent and come into the knowledge of this truth. But you Edomite British and you Arabs that live over there, man, death upon y'all, man. And the Most High gonna bring a great nuclear destruction upon y'all. Y'all thought the London Bridge fell down before and was burned down, and a song was chanted about it. But guess what's gonna happen very soon? Winston Churchill ain't here to save y'all and deliver y'all. Ain't no damn cavalry coming. Y'all on y'all horses and y'all doing y'all thing. It ain't happening. It's over with. Mark Rowley.
There are numerous terrorist offences regarding the publishing of material. All of those offences are in play. if people are provoking hatred and violence on the streets. And we'll come after those individuals just as we will physically confront on the streets the thugs and the obs who are causing the problems for communities.
See that? You see that? Look at this. The Crown Prosecution Service. So this is a new damn division. It seems that they had created. Now I gotta do research on that. I haven't never heard of that. The Crown Prosecution Service posted a warning to social media platform X on Wednesday, warning citizens to quote unquote think before you post amid ongoing riots that have fractured the country's polity, right? And they all about policy. The Lord said that. Let me get this real quick. Right, let me get this real quick in the book of Daniel. What is that? Daniel 8. And let's go to verse 24. In his own, it's like in his power shall be mighty, but not by his own power. And he shall destroy wonderfully, and shall prosper in practice, and shall destroy the mighty and the holy people. And this he is talking about Esau. We know this is talking about King Antiochus Epiphanes IV on a contextual level, but through the spiritual level, this is nevertheless talking about Esau as a whole. And through his policy, also he shall cause craft to prosper in his hand. And he shall magnify himself in his heart, and by peace shall destroy many. He shall also stand up against the prince of princes, but he shall be broken without hand. He's going to stand up against the prince of princes, meaning Yahweh Shai, but he's going to be destroyed. So this is through their policy. And where does America and really all of these Edomite nations get their policy from? They get it from UK, right? They get it from the UK. Remember, the Lord said this in Revelation real quick. Let's go to this. Revelation 13, and I want to give verse 2. And the beast which I saw was like unto a leopard, right? Representing the Greek empire, right? The Greek empire under who? Under a so-called Alexander the Great, or the freak. And his feet were as the feet of a bear. The bear represent, really the feet of something represent the end or the bottom of something. Like they say head to toe. At the top of you, or your head represents the top of you, the feet represents the bottom, meaning the last. So nevertheless, the last of this beast, which is the rulership of Esau, is going to be the bear, which is symbolic of quote unquote Mother Russia. That's what they call it, right? And their bear is indeed their state symbol. It says in his mouth, with your mouth you speak what? You speak words. You understand? Your mouth is your, they say the mouthpiece. It's the voice of, the soul of something. So the mouthpiece of this beast, it says as the mouth of a lion. And when you go into it, UK is notorious with the lion. 1 and 1. So this mouth representing where their policy and their laws and their legislation comes from, it comes from the UK. And a dragon, which is Rome, in this context, gave him his power in his seat and great authority. Right? So this beast was given rulership via Rome, the ancient Roman Empire, who had these different countries once a part of their, once under them, under their thumb, known as these different Roman provinces. Today, through the Spirit, we know America has the same provinces via NATO, right? Other than Russia. But the point is, once again, their policy or legislation comes from the UK. So we'll see if they really going to stand on business. Because I know my brothers are going to stand on business. I know brothers in Chicago. I know brothers in LA. I know brothers in the Bay Area. I know brothers still in Seattle, right? We know brothers we know brothers all over. Brothers in Jersey, Philly, brothers in Baltimore, brothers in New York. Brothers are going to stand on business. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Shai. So them talking about they going to throw the full force of the law at us, whether you're in this country committing crimes in the streets. Hey, brothers in Europe going to stand on business. How could I forget? They've stood on business before and they're going to stand on business again. And it's not just us. It's brothers in other camps, and whether you in the camp, you're not in the camp, but you teach the word, it continue to shake the hand. To hell with these devils, man. The Most High about to get up with them. Right? So let's go back to this in Philippians chapter 1 and verse number 20. It's like we not there yet. Well, yeah, let's get to it. Verse 20. Right? I started 19. For I know that this shall turn to my salvation through your prayer. It says, and the supply of the spirit of Yahushua Mashiach, according to my earnest expectation and my hope, that in nothing I shall be ashamed, but that with all boldness, as always. So now also Hamashiach shall be magnified in my body, whether it be by life or by death. So we're going to teach, and we're not going to be ashamed of nothing. I'm not going to be ashamed to teach the Lord's word. We're going to be out there. And let Mark Riley, or whatever his name is, Riley Mark, let that man come see it. Hey, we're going to be out there. We're going to teach, and we're going to shake the hand. We're going to wake up the people. We're going to we're going to continue to do what we have to do. Through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushua. Until the Lord say otherwise. Until the Most High say, look, I don't want y'all out there no more. Then and only then will we not be there. Right? Let me bring this out in St. John. This is St. John chapter 18 and verse 36. It says, I'll start at no, this is not what I want, right? I wanted a little bit slacky. Bear with me while I get this. Right? I believe it might be in John the 19th chapter. St. John chapter 19. Yeah, Slakia. This is St. John chapter 19 and verse number 10. Then said Pilate unto him, speakest thou not unto me? Knowest thou not that I have power to crucify thee and have power to release thee? And that's the spirit that this man was moving in. Thinking that he has power over the men of the Lord. You don't. The power that was given to you via Yahweh. So you have no power. He's not your God, he's our God. Verse 11, it says, Yahushua answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. So they like to boast of they like to oh yeah, well, wherever you at, we're coming for you. You're not coming for us unless the Lord say, hey, it's time for us to go be locked in a prison. Don't think it's on your own merit. Don't think you're anybody, because you're not. You're nothing but the bottom of our feet. And we're going to scrape you off in that day. We're going to put y'all all in chains and shackles and put y'all in your place as y'all rightfully deserve. Right? So let's read this again. Yahushua answered, thou couldst have no power at all against me, except it were given thee from above. Therefore, he that delivered me unto thee had the greater sin. Right? So, once again, hey, this is coming very soon. This is for sure hitting home to a city near you. If you make an online post, if you teaching the word, hey, they'll try to jail you. Right? Like we looked up, 18 months was that other guy put in jail for. But with that, Lord willing, you continue to watch over these prophecies. Continue to watch over your spirit. Of course, we want to give all honor and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem, Hamashiach, Malak Yahushai. Keep watching these last days. Be vigilant. Be circumspect of the attack that Iran is going to bring upon those yarmulkes men. Small hats. Atali Yehudi, Atashaitan, Atamanzir. The so-called Jewish man. Keep watching these last days. Kwame Yasharallah. Shalom.